back to Around the Peninsula. We're now at the beautiful historic Wayfarers Chapel in Rancho Palos Verdes. Since this glass church opened its doors back in 1951, millions of visitors have come to this very famous place. A lot is happening here, from worship services, life celebrations, and coming up on Sunday, April 22nd is the annual art show. So coming up next, we'll tell you all about the show and life here at Wayfarers.
The art show is April 22nd, Sunday from 10 to 4. It's Earth Day that day, but we're calling it Art by the Sea with Poetic Expression because we're also celebrating National Poetry Month, which is the month of April. So we'll be having poetry in the chapel, poetry readings, and then an open mic session in the chapel. Our VIP guests will be Mary and Eric Wright. Eric is the son of Lloyd Wright, the chapel architect, and so we're very excited to have them here. They'll be in the meditation garden, so people can come and say hello to them, and just lots going on. Over 25 vendors, local artists, Catherine Stinnis, Don Crocker, Trish McCoy, just lots of lovely artists, and many handmade crafters doing just great handmade stuff. If you purchase something, you can get a ticket and put it in for our basket giveaway, and we're going to have a great basket worth over $300 this year. So
now they've added arts and crafts and stone painting and poetry and in the chapel and music, so it's really grown, and I'm so pleased. There's not a better way to spend a Sunday afternoon than at Wayfarers Chapel Art Show and be looking out over the ocean.
It's very special because it brings the community together. This is something we do for the community, and it's different from everything else. And great artists are coming out, and you can purchase things or you can be part of a little yoga session with me. You may ask, what does yoga have to do with art? Well, yoga is many things, as you know. It's a science, a philosophy, and a way of life, and it is art. And what it has in common with art is inspiration. And when you are combining motivation with intention, it becomes a very strong thing that you're doing.
So to become strong, you got to do it more than at the day of the art show. Will you be offering the community yoga up here?
Yes. So third week of April, we're starting our regular 2 classes a week. Wednesday class is going to be Kundalini, and Thursday class is going to be Gentle Yoga with me.
We're here because we want to let the community know you've got an art show coming up. Talk about the fact that this chapel is here for the community. Absolutely.
We have been on this property since about 1951. It was completed, and it was really such a stunning site and venue that it has become a real jewel of the community, and the community has been very involved in its in the services and the variety of different things that have happened here. Some people, because it's such a popular wedding venue, some people believe that it's more about weddings, but really that is not its primary focus and vision. It really is about a spiritual understanding and a transformation in a physical world to see things from a spiritual perspective. When you look at Emanuel Swedenborg's writings, and of course he's the person for whom this chapel exists. It's a national monument to Emanuel Swedenborg, and so his thought behind faith and the journey of faith was paramount in the existence of the denomination that is the overseer of Wayfarers Chapel. My question is, some call it the glass chapel, some call it the tree chapel. Is there an official word? I don't know if you could say that it's official, but certainly when it was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright Jr., son of the more famous architect Frank Lloyd Wright, it was designed to be the tree chapel. As we stand here with this magnificent chapel behind you, it was built more than 60 years ago. How are the efforts to preserve it, to keep it here? We have been actually for the last few years looking at the need to ensure the future of Wayfarers Chapel. It has been on this site for 66 years. We do have a couple of weeks annually where we shut down to do restoration type work, and we are getting ready to engage in a yet undetermined date with a major restoration project. And so we are looking for ways and means to pay for the project that's going to be necessary as we ensure the chapel for the future.
When you're not working the art show that day, you're part of the visitor center. What happens in the visitor center?
The Visitor Center, we have information about the chapel in the Visitor Center. All of the staff is very knowledgeable about the history of the chapel, so people can ask us questions. And we also have a wonderful little gift shop so people can take home some great stuff. 500,000
in 2017. We had that many through our visitor center, and we continue to have a lot of guests. So the beauty of the chapel is obvious. When you come onto the grounds, it is just such a beautiful place to enjoy. And I appeal to people's love for keeping nature a part of a very fast-paced and busy, busy life in general. This is a place to come and unplug for a while. This is a place where people can find clarity in times of challenge, and so I'm hoping that the appeal will be based on what people experience when they're here.
So as we wrap it up here at the Wayfarers, to find out more about what's happening here and the upcoming art show, just log on to wayfarerschapel.org. There's still more to come here on Around the Peninsula. Up next, we'll be traveling over to Ladera Linda, where things are hopping.